Why should I be framed? Boxes are always too small.
Prada is an Italian luxury fashion house.
I celebrate.
The company was founded in 1913 as
my
Fratelli
days
Prada
enjoy.
by Mario Prada, and to this very day, the company is still alive and healthy. So,
I'm
how did it become so
noticing.
popular? Let's find out. Founding.
I'm always.
The company started in 1913 by Mario Prada and his brother Martino as Fratelli Prada, a leather goods shop in Milan. Initially, the shop sold animal goods, imported English streamed trunks, and handbags. Mario Prada did not believe women should have a role in business, so he prevented female family members from entering his company. Ironically, Mario's son had no interest in the business, so it was Mario's daughter, Luisa, who succeeded Mario and ran Prada for almost 20 years. Luisa's daughter, Mario Prada, joined the company in 1970, eventually taking over from Luisa in 1978. Mario began making waterproof backpacks out of panoco, a nylon fabric. She met Patrizio Fratelli in 1977, an Italian who had begun his own leather goods business at the age of 24, and he joined the company soon after. He advised Mario on company business, which she followed. It was his advice to discontinue importing English goods and change the existing luggage. Development. Mario inherited the company in 1978, by which time sales were up to $450,000 US. With Fratelli alongside her as business manager, Mario was allowed time to implement her creativity in the company's designs. She would go on to incorporate her ideas into the house of Prada that would change it. She released her first set of backpacks and totes in 1979. They were made out of a tough military-spec black nylon that her grandfather had used as coverings for steamer trunks. Initial success was not instant, as they were hard to sell due to the lack of advertising and high prices, but the lines would go on to become her first commercial hit. Next, Mario and Bertelli sought out wholesale accounts for the bags in upscale department stores and boutiques worldwide. In 1983, Prada opened a second boutique in the center of the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele in Milan's shopping heart on the site of the previous historic London house Emporium run by Felice Bellini from 1870 to the 1960s, reminiscent of the original shop, but with a sleek and modern contrast to it. The next big release was a nylon tote. That same year, the House of Prada began expansion across continental Europe and the United States by opening locations in prominent shopping districts within Florence, Paris, Madrid, and New York City. A shoe line was also released in 1984. In 1985, Mario released the classic Prada handbag that became an overnight sensation. Although practical and sturdy, its sleek lines and craftsmanship had a luxury that has become the Prada signature. In 1987, Mario and Bertelli married. Prada launched its women ready-to-wear collection in 1988, and the designs came to be known for their dropped waistlines and narrow belts. Prada's popularity increased when the fashion world took notice of its clean lines, opulent fabrics, and basic colors. The logo and the label was not as obvious as a design element as those on bags from other prominent luxury brands such as Louis Vuitton. It tried to market its lack of prestigious appeal, including of its apparel, by projecting an image of anti-status or inverse snobbery. 1990s. Prada's originality made it one of the most influential fashion houses, and the brand became a premium status symbol in the 1990s. Sales were reported at 70 billion libra or $31.7 million US in 1998. Patrizio Di Marco took charge of the growing business in the United States after working for the house in Asia. He was successful in having the Prada bags prominently displayed in department stores so that they could become a hit fashion with editors. Prada's continued success was attributed to its working class theme, which Gina Bellafante at the New York Times Magazine proclaimed was becoming chic in the high-tech IPO-driven early 1990s. Furthermore, now husband and wife Muchicha and Bertelli led the Prada label on a cautious expansion, making products hard to come by. In 1992, the high fashion brand Miu Miu, named after Muchicha's nickname, launched. Miu Miu catered to younger consumers and celebrities. By 1993, Prada was awarded the Council of Fashion Designers of America (CFDA) Award for accessories. The first ready-to-wear menswear collection was Spring/Summer 1998. By 1994, sales were at $210 million with closing sales accounting for 20%, expected to double in 1995. Prada won another award from the CFDA in 1995 as a designer of the year. 1996 witnessed the opening of the 18,000-foot squared Prada boutique in Manhattan, New York, the largest in the chain at the time. By now, the House of Prada operated in 40 locations worldwide, 20 of which were in Japan. The company owned 8 factories and subcontracted work from 84 other manufacturers in Italy. Prada's and Bertelli's respective business were merged to create Prapar BV in 1996. The name, however, was later changed to Prada BV, and Patrizio Bertelli was named Chief Executive Officer to the Prada luxury company. 1996 can also be seen as the marking an important turning point in Prada's aesthetics, one that fueled the brand's worldwide reputation. Journalists praised Mujica's development of an ugly cheek style, which initially confused customers by offering blatantly which then revealed to offer daring and original takes on the relationship between fashion and desire. Since then, Prada has been regarded as one of the most intelligent and conceptual designers. In 1997, Prada posted revenue of $674 million. Another store in Milan opened that same year. According to the Wall Street Journal, Bertelli smashed the windows of the store a day before the opening, after he had become deeply unsatisfied with the setup. Bertelli also acquired shares in the Gucci group, and later blamed Gucci for aping his wife's designs. In June 1998, Bertelli gained 9.5% return on investment at $260 million. Analysts began to speculate that he was attempting to take over of the Gucci group. The proposition seemed unlikely, however, because Prada was at the time still a small company and was in debt. Funding Universe states that at the very least, Prada had a voice. As one of Gucci's largest shareholders, a 10% holding would be required for the rights to request a seat on the board, and would stand to profit tidily should anyone try to take over Gucci. However, Bertelli sold his shares to Moet Hennessy, Louis Vuitton chairman Bernard Arnault, in January 1998 for a profit of $140 million. Arnault was in fact attempting a takeover of Gucci. LVMH had been purchasing fashion companies for a while and already owned Dior, Givenchy, and other luxury brands. Gucci, however, managed to fend him off by selling a 45% stake to industrialist Francois Pinault for $3 billion. In 1998, the first Prada menswear boutique opened in Los Angeles. Prada was determined to hold a leading portfolio of luxury brands like Gucci Group and LVMH. Prada purchased 51% of Helmut Lang's company based in New York for $40 million in March 1999. Lang's company was worth about $100 million. Months later, Prada paid $105 million to have full control of Jill Sander AG, a German-based company with annual revenue of $100 million. The purchase gained Prada a foothold in Germany, and months later, Jill Sander resigned as chairwoman of her namesake company. Church & Company, an English shoemaker who came under the control of Prada when Prada bought 83% of the company for $170 million. A joint venture between Prada and the De Rigo Group was also formed that year to produce Prada eyewear. In October 1999, Prada joined with LVMH and beat Gucci to buy a 51% stake in the Rome-based Fendi S.p.A. Prada's share of the purchase, 25.5%, was worth $241.5 million out of the reported $520 million total paid by both Prada and LVMH. Prada took on debts of Fendi as the latter company was not doing well financially. These acquisitions elevated Prada to the top of the luxury goods market in Europe. Revenue tripled from that of 1996 to L2 trillion.
Step 3.
Despite apparent success, the company was still in debt. 2000s. The company's merger and purchasing sprees slowed in the 2000s. However, the company signed a loose agreement with Azadine Aliyah. Skincare products in unit doses were introduced in the United States, Japan, and Europe in 2000. A 30-day supply of cleansing lotion was marketed at the retail price of $100. To help pay off debts of over $850 million, the company planned on listing 30% of the company on the Milan Stock Exchange in June 2001. However, the offering slowed down after a decline in spending on luxury goods in the United States and Japan. In 2001, under the pressure of bankers, Fratelli sold all of Prada's 25.5% share in Fendi to LVMH. The sale raised only $295 million. By 2006, the Helmut Lang, Amy Fairclough, Guy, and Jill Sander labels were sold. Jill Sander was sold to the private equity firm Change Capital Partners, which was headed by Luc Vandevelde and the chairman of Carrefour, while the Helmut Lang label is now owned by Japanese fashion company Link Theory. Prada is still recovering from the Fendi debt. More recently, a 45% stake of the Church & Company brand has been sold to Equinox. The Prada Spring/Summer 2009 ready-to-wear fashion show, held on September 23, 2008 in Milan, got infamous coverage because all the models on the catwalk were tottering. Several of them stumbled while two models fell down in front of the photographers and had to be helped by spectators to get up. They removed their shoes in order to continue their walk. One more model, Sirin Erin, even had to stop and go back during the finale walk as she couldn't manage walking in her high heels any longer. Interviewed right after the show, one more model declared, "I was having a panic attack. My hands were shaking. The heels were so high." The designer Mario Prada, on her side, did not blame the height of the shoes, but the silk little socks inside, which were slippery and moved inside of the shoes, preventing the model's feet from having a correct grip on the sole. Mario Prada also assured that the shoes sold in the stores would have a lower heel, and that the little socks would be sewn into the shoes in order to prevent further slips. But many fashionistas rightly claimed that the socks, once sewn into the shoes, would be non-washable and would quickly stink and become gray. Consequently, the shoes have never been commercially sold. 2010s. According to Fortune, Fratelli planned on increasing revenue of the company to $5 billion by 2010. On May 6, 2011, Hong Kong Stock Exchange came under fire for approving Prada's IPO despite the Prada gender discrimination case. Feminist NGOs and Hong Kong Legislative Council lawmaker Lee Cheok-yan protested in front of the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. On June 24, 2011, the brand was listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange to raise $2.14 billion, but failed to meet expectations reported by AAP on June 17, 2011, and Bloomberg. In 2015, Prada's turnover was €3,551.7 million, up 1% from 2014, while its gross operating profit fell 16.5% to €954.2 million. In July 2016, Prada began selling its clothing online through a net-a-porter and Mithracia in response to changing consumer preferences and the need to reach a wider audience. This strategic move allowed Prada to tap into e-commerce expertise, reduce overhead costs, and adapt to the digital age while maintaining its luxury brand image. As of March 2018, Prada sales turned positive after declining since 2014, and their stock jumped 14% at the news, stating that Prada would be focusing on innovative materials will allow the company to explore new boundaries of creative design while meeting the demand for ethical products. The company announced in 2019 that fur will be eliminated from the collection and all house brands as of 2020s. In February 2020, Mario Prada and Patrizio Bertelli named the Belgian designer Raf Simons as co-creative director. In August 2020, the fashion house announced it would no longer use kangaroo leather in its products. In 2020, fashion magazine Vanity Teen promoted its Prada Resort 21 campaign. January 2023 saw Prada announce Andrea Guerra as its next CEO. Guerra formerly was CEO of both Luxottica and Italia, and later the leader of LVMH's hotel division. Guerra was onboarded to ease the transition between the Bertelli and his children, who are expected to inherit the company. One of Guerra's first moves was to look at dual listing Prada stock on both the Hong Kong Stock Exchange as well as a European stock exchange expected to be one in Milan. And there is the history of Prada. How did it become so popular? Well, I think with all those acquisitions that they did over the years, I think that's how they became very popular. But anyways, with all that being said, I think that's where I'm going to end off this video. If you guys have anything to enjoy this video, please make sure to like button, and also don't forget to subscribe because I try and do videos every single day. I know that I've been a little bit slow on doing them lately. And also, if you guys would like to watch the version of this video with the swearing in it, you can find the link to that video down in the description below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to don't forget to subscribe as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my other two channels as well, including Exotic Daily Walkthroughs, where I do walkthrough videos for you guys. And I just finished doing a walkthrough video, and I just finished doing a Let's Play on that channel for you guys as well. So make sure you guys check out that Let's Play if you decide and so don't forget to check out that Let's Play on that channel as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my other channel as well, Dance Plays, where I upload the RMVs with the swearing in them and some exclusive content on there for you guys as well. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!